Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening, guys. Welcome back to another session of Speak Your Mind. It's a beautiful Saturday. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and you're all settled down and relaxed and ready to get this going. You know, every time, again, guys, every time I come in on a Saturday night, I feel good coming in here. I feel good because I know when I come to this show, I come for a purpose. I like to hear what's going on around the country. I like when people pull me up. But most of all, I like when I'm able to facilitate your concerns and comments and questions and maybe try to find some answers to some of your concerns and questions. So that's one of the reasons why I really like coming to this show. You know, it's always a pleasure coming in here. So I'm here. I know you are there. I know many of you are now turning the dial. You know, thanks to the kids who, you know, remind their parents that Mommy, Daddy, Speak Your Mind is on. I know tonight might be a bit of a challenge because we're having a high school basketball tournament going on. So I'm happy for that as well down at the Multipurpose Complex. There's also a comedy show, I believe, starting around 8 or 8:30 tonight. I think it's tonight, right next door. So I know we're going to have some challenge tonight with some of our regular watchers, viewers. So those of you who are out there, you know what to do. Call your friends, your neighbors, your brother, your sister, and let them know the Speak Your Mind show is on. Sometimes they might be maybe preparing dinner and didn't realize the time is now. It's 7:30. You know, we try to start on time now because the show is short but sweet. We're going to go till 9 o'clock. So, you know, as soon as those phone numbers go up, I want you guys to get ready to call, send your text, however you feel like communicating with the show. We'll be happy to facilitate your comments and your concerns. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. You know what I like to do? I like to open it up with a little teaser, put some food for thought on the table. And my first thing that I want to do tonight is I want to thank the young lady. Last week, a young lady called at the last minute of the show, and she left me without words. I couldn't even say anything because she pretty much closed the show off for me. So I want to encourage that young lady. This is not just from me, but from a lot of people on the street. They say the future look bright. The future look bright because you, I mean, you pretty much said a mouthful and a handful. And you pretty much said what everybody wanted to say. You express it the way everybody wanted to express it. Your desire, your passion. A lot of people were tuned in and turned on by what you said. And they all agree with you. A lot of people agree with you. So, you know, don't stop voicing your concern. Keep putting it out there because it's people like you and I and the rest of us who will determine the future of this country. If we don't have a desire to see this country move in a direction where all of us, majority of us, can benefit, then you know, it's just a waste of our time. But we got to keep fighting. You know, someone told me just last night, they said, you know, I see you all the time on the show beating a dead horse. And I said to that friend, and this is somebody that I went to school with, and I said, no, just imagine the guys who broke horses in those early Western days. Imagine if they didn't get on top of the horse to break them. None of us, those who enjoy horseback riding, wouldn't be riding the horse today. Somebody have to get on top. Somebody have to try to break them. Somebody has to speak out. And a lot of us, you know, we are afraid for whatever reason. And I know some of the reason. And some of those are good reasons. I understand that, you know. But at the same time, some of us are just, we're suffering in silence rather than just, you know, expressing yourself. Now is a good time, I'm going to tell you that. This year, There's 9 more months left in this year. There's about 8 more months or so left before the government is dissolved. An election could be probably before that time, or it could be after that time. So, you know, if you listen to the House of Assembly just yesterday or the day before, you'll hear a lot of the passion in the government side about some of the things they're going to be trying to do. One of the ministers spoke about, the Minister for Communication and Work spoke about, when he was making some comments, he spoke about, you know, the promise, one of the promises that were made were 8 miles a year in roads. So now for 3 years we couldn't get one, but now we see that there's a full energy going forward. And I like that. So we need roads, we're going to get them. That's one of my talking points tonight. So while we're on it, so young lady, thank you. If you're watching, I hope you are. Don't wait till the last minute. Call early tonight. Let us hear what you have to say tonight. Because, again, people who can make a difference, they're listening. People who work for them are listening. They're watching the show, they're taping the show. They go back and review the show. You know, so trust me, you articulated yourself well, and that's what they want to hear. They want to hear from people who are passionate about the community. So please, don't sleep tonight. Don't wait till when it get too heated. You heat it up. Put some fire on it for me tonight. Roads, yeah. Speaking about roads, I want to commend the Minister for Communication and Work, Mr. Mark Vanterpool. Keep pushing, man. Yeah, you know, I know it's we're in the last 9 inning. I know that. You know that. Your back is up against the wall. The pressure is on. I see you guys in your house fighting for some money. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to this. They're fighting for some money, trying to approve $15 million or something like that, borrowing some money from Social Security. I want to say to everybody else, opposition especially, hey, Social Security money is our money. If we have to borrow it to do what we have to do, let's borrow it and make sure that we pay it back. I don't want to hear no more fight in the house, arguing and bickering, looking at the fine print. The fine print is simple, it's there. You borrow it, you have to pay for it. The people who've been running Social Security been doing a hell of a job. All of those people, especially Miss Skelton, that's my girlfriend, man. She, you know, she's a bright lady. I like speaking with her. So don't worry about the little money we have to borrow from ourselves. I'm a firm believer that we have it there and we should be able to utilize it to better our country. So I am on the government side when it comes to that. I thought they should have done that, you know, 3-4 years ago when we were trying to get this cruise ship thing off the ground. They should have already taken our money, put it in an escrow, borrow against that money, so we could have already done what we could have done to get ourselves further ahead. So any type of development is great for me. I'm all for it. So roads, Mr. Minister, thank you. Keep pushing. But Mr. Minister, up there on the other side of when you get on top of the hill by Mayaba, whatever you want to call it, up there by Rudy's, and you take a left going towards Sage Mountain, that road right there, see if you can get public works. I notice you're utilizing public works a lot. That's good. Put them to work. When they finish Rotong, chopping up Rotong and putting it back together, please send them up there on top of that hill, leading account to Miss Christopher. Miss Christopher was in the house. She said, you know, even in her district, but in other district, there are a lot of homes, private homes, residents, local residents, and villas that our tourists like to stay in, and they're utilizing those roads. Please send your public work people up there on the other side of cable and wireless antenna. That road, Mr. Minister, oh my God, it's terrible. You got the guys heading towards Cane Bay right now. They're looking good. Please, as soon as it's done there, send them on the other side, heading down towards Windy Hill, heading down towards Sage Mountain. We need to get that road there done as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have another road that you think is equally important to get done, the government got some money. They borrowing some money, $15 million. So A, if they get it all done and approved, they'll have money to fix our roads, and they'll have money also to hire people. $16 million is what they're looking for. $16 million is what they were in the House, trying to approve. So I say kudos to you, Mr. Minister, and the Premier. Keep pushing. That money belongs to us. I think the people who have been managing that money has been responsible. They've been smart. They've done a good job, and it's sitting there. We can utilize it to further the territory, to strengthen our infrastructure, to better build these roads and these curves, put up proper rail, protect the citizens and the people who visit our shores. It's a necessary evil, so let's get to it. So I'm all on board with that. If you have a take on that, ladies and gentlemen, call me and let me know if you don't think it's a good idea for us to be borrowing money from Social Security. Please share it. Share it. We want to hear it. They're having a debate. We could have it too. Not that our debate is going to change the outcome because they're already gung-ho to do it. The government is the government. The numbers is on their side. To me, sometimes when they go in the House, it's almost like a waste of time because the deciding numbers in the government is in the cabinet. And once cabinet approve it, the backbenchers going to follow anyway. So the money's already approved, I'm sure. And we'll get some of that $16 million. We'll see some new roads, new development in the territory, and people will get work. We'll see hopefully not just public work. Doing some of these road work, I saw some private contractors up on top of the hill leading to Cane Garden Bay. So I know other people are getting some work. So this is good. This is good. In the 9th inning, Mr. Minister, your back is up against the wall, but your back broad, Mr. Action Man. We like that. All right. Next thing on my list, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to touch base on this, something I think that we all should touch base on, crime and gun crime. The system is now trying to, I guess they table the new gun law, gun bill, however you want to call it. And they're proposing, I think it's 20-year minimum sentence for people caught in the exercise of a crime using a gun, an illegal gun. What you think about that? Guns. Why do we need guns in a society like this? If none of us have guns, we'll just resort to fist fighting. In the end, all of us gonna live. If you have resort to guns, none of us gonna live because it really and truly doesn't fix the problem. It creates more of a problem. I have a big problem with guns. I don't want any, and I'm afraid of them. So what do you think about that? Do you believe that the 20-year minimum sentence is going to send a strong enough message to anyone caught with a gun and using it in a time of a crime? Or do you think it's just, it's like most of these other laws in the country. We have a lot of laws, they're on the books, ladies and gentlemen. And when you call the police, depending on what type of law it is that's being broken, they just turn a blind eye to it. Or some of them walk down the street and they see it. Unless it's a seatbelt law, a cell phone law, where it can generate a quick revenue for the system, a lot of times they don't even take time to really enforce a lot of stuff. So is this going to be one of those type of laws, or are we going to see some real result? And if it really come on stream, is it going to deter crime? I saw some, I don't know if any of you read it, but I saw some comment somebody allegedly made when he was arrested recently about his AK-47. And he said it's like the Bin Laden gun you see on TV all the time. He loved it. He said it resembles that. All right. Next thing, guys, we got gun law. I thank the caller. I saw something, I want to share this with you guys, especially my Caribbean brothers and sisters. I thought this was very interesting. A lot of times when I drive my tours and they ask me about who own the homes and who live here and who don't live here, I refer to all the people who are not, who wasn't born in the BVI as expat. I do that. I catch myself doing that all the time because I believe everybody coming to this country who ain't born and raised here, who living here for a period of time, who working and contributing, they're expat, whether they're from the Caribbean, whether from Canada, whether they're from Europe. There's an article in the Guardian newspaper. It's an online newspaper, big newspaper in England. And they're pointing out the fact that worldwide, people always refer to expats as only the white people. Listen to what I just said, because some of you going to hear just white people and say, oh, he racist. No, I'm not saying it. It's in the paper. I'm bringing it to your attention. I want to get your feedback on it. Why do we say that? Why do we recognize it? Because we do it too here in the islands. We only refer to the white folks, the Westerners, as expat, and not necessarily refer to our brothers and sisters as expat. According to this article and according to the New York Times, expat is anybody who's not from that country, who moved to that country and contribute to the economy, who try to do what they got to do to be positive, and they should be called expat as well. What do you take? What do you take from that? What do you think about that? It's on the Guardian newspaper. You can go to guardian.uk, Guardian newspaper, go on Google, type it in, and search expat story, and I'm sure you'll be able to read it before the end of the show. We'll get some comments on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I put some things out there. I know you guys got something that are burning, whatever it is. I want to head tonight. I see some texts. Don't worry, we're going to hit those texts when we come back after the break. What we're going to do now, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back off the break, the phone number's going to be up. I know a lot of you got some things I hit every day throughout the week. Now is your time to put it out there. If you don't want your voice be heard, because I call it to some of you, a lot of you, people going to recognize your voice, no problem. Send me a text. And I'll be sure to read it out there for you. All right? So we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So again, phone lines are up, text numbers are up. Hit me up. You guys know that you see the numbers up there. Feel free to chime in on the conversation. So I put some teasers out there, ladies and gentlemen, to get the conversation going, because I know some of you guys need to be jump started. And you know, I usually have my own little ideas that I think will help stimulate the conversation. So I put those out there too. If you guys want to chime in, please feel free. Hit me up. Let me tell you about some of the texts I got so far. Somebody wanted to big up the port for the work they're doing in the Cruise Pair project. They talked about that. They said they're looking forward to that opening up in April. Of course, that's been in the news big time. I saw some press release that are coming out of the cruise ship conference going on in Miami. I think it's this week or last week. So people are talking a lot about that. So April, supposed to be the grand soft opening for the Cruise Pair. Hope all you guys get on board. They said you should see some more information coming on that. Wide open. Someone said that the gun law is long awaiting. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. How do you guys feel about that? Call me up. They say nothing political. You could call and talk about crime. If you're upset with crime, you have a problem with crime, especially crime that are being commissioned with a gun. You know, that's a serious issue, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a number of situations here in the BVI in this gunplay. The last gunplay we had, a young man was shot. We don't know by who. Twice. We had off-duty police officers who had to discharge a firearm. We had, several murders in the territory, all by guns. So, the government made some promise when they were running. And this is just one way of fulfilling those promises, So I think it's good. It's good that they're fulfilling at least this one. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that stiffer penalties? I see something on the news. One of the news sites say they're proposing no less than 5 years mandatory for people other than juvenile. I guess juvenile will have a different outlook. The judge will have discretion on that. If a juvenile were to use a gun in the commission of a crime, the judge do have discretion. I see something here saying something about $80,000. I guess there's some stiff penalties that you'll have to pay. If you can't pay, of course, there's either one or the other. You either got to pay the money or you go in jail. But, I sometimes I ask myself, is it worth it? Is it worth destroying a society? Is it worth destroying your own life? You know, why would somebody live in a society like the BVI? I mean, when you look at somebody like me, ladies and gentlemen, that live in New York and Washington State and all these other places, and you know what it's like to live in a place where you got to constantly be watching your back. You know, you got to be worrying about all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And then you come back home and you come to a place where you feel good, you feel free. You can go enjoy a nice day at the beach. You can spend time with your family, your kids. You don't have to worry too much about them being kidnapped. Now we are worried about them being molested because there's a lot of that going on. But the whole gun thing, you don't hear a lot of, you know, you just across the water. Just across the water, you got so much killing. Almost every week, there's at least 2 or 3 shootings in St. Thomas and St. Croix. So why would somebody really and truly here in the BVI want to be part of that? Why do we want to be a part of that statistics? Why? Does it make any sense? Really and truly, I mean, share that with me. Share your thoughts with me. Tell me what you think about that. Do we need these things in our lives? Do somebody really need a gun just to prove that he or she is a big man or a big woman? For what? To me, if the society is good, the people are nothing with good hearts, everybody going to church, most of them, not all, because, you know, some of us don't go. But, you know, our whole energy is good karma. We really ain't involved with a whole lot of demonic thinking or, you know, mean thinking or evil thinking. Why do I need a gun? Why do I need a gun? What do you think? Do you think it's going to make a difference? That's what I'm asking you. Is the law going to make any difference in the society that we live in? Is it needed? How do you feel about people that, you know, carry around guns? You know, one guy said the other day that his gun, apparently, he said he loved his AK-47. It's like the Bin Laden gun he see on TV, he say. It's a big gun. When you have these things in your hand, it make you feel powerful. Or it make you feel, you know, invincible. It make you feel like you're unstoppable. You know, should we open up the system where people can have these things as a leisure, a hobby, you know, like they do in some of these other states like Florida and them other places? Because, you know, in Florida, a lot of these places, they can carry guns. It's legal for a man or a woman to go as long as they don't have any criminal record to get them. I mean, we got police officers here in this territory that walk around on the beat, you know, almost, you know, to me, the whole situation is a dangerous one, and they don't have a gun, but yet they survive every day. So why do I, the common man on the street, need a gun? What is it for? Why am I carrying one? Why do I think I really need to have one? Share your thoughts with me. Let me know what you think about that, the whole gun thing. But again, you know, the law is there, and it hasn't been passed yet. It still has to be read a second or third time in the House. But most likely it's going to pass. I mean, the government is 5 in the cabinet, and you got, what, 4 in the backbench. When they go in the House of Assembly, to me, it's almost like, and you know, why are we coming here? Let's just all sign and agree to who wants it passed and then move forward. But I guess the democratic thing to do is to allow others, the opposition, and even government members, backbench, to weigh in on the conversation and basically give their speech, because that's what it is. It's not a debate. Everybody gets up, and sometimes people are so off the topic. You know, that's another thing that really kills me when they go in the House is people are so off the topic half the time. It's like, you know, in the Speaker of the House, she just kind of, depends on who it is. If it's a government side, she just kind of sit back and candidly just listen to folks and let them rant and run off on a tangent. And then I think when it's the opposition side, this is my personal opinion now, this is what I see for myself. When it's the other side, she pulls them up and say, you know, according to the standing order, general order, this is what it say, and this is what you're allowed to say, and this is what you're allowed to introduce. But then I see people just going nuts in the House. You know, I heard one representative, I think it was Mr. Christopher, said he tried to caution and speak to the behavior of a lot of the folks in the House. He said it's becoming, you know, sort of a circus, a zoo, you know, where people are just just going off. They just crazy. They arguing. It's almost like they're arguing with themselves. They have to make that point. This is the time to make that point. You ain't no good. You didn't do nothing. We're doing it all. We're big man government. We're little boy government. Whatever it is, you see it. So sometimes when I see them in the house say they're going to have a debate, to me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of a taxpayer's time. It's a waste of the public who sometimes want to tune in. And a lot of people seem to be turned off anyway because it's long. A lot of the conversation are redundant. People repeat themselves. They repeat each other's conversation. And sometimes it just goes on and on and on. So it's most likely going to pass. The gun law I'm talking about. If we're looking at a minimum, I understand something like maybe 5 years. Something like $80,000, $50,000 fine. Who can pay? Of course, if you have big money and you're doing good in society and you feel you have to have a gun for your own protection, but you get caught on the wrong side of the law, this is one way out. You'll be slapped with a big fine, and of course most people, who got big money will just pay the fine and keep moving. So I'm asking you, what is your take on that? Does it make any sense? Is it necessary? Tune in on that, ladies and gentlemen. Share your thought. New roads. Let's talk a little about the roads. I see we're getting big road, new construction. I saw a news article just recently that we're looking about 31 miles of road in 1 year. Everybody know that's a laughing matter. It's impossible. If we get it, it won't be right. So it would defeat, a lot of what the minister said about this being a big man government, and he repeated himself in the House just recently about, the reason behind doing things right, the reason behind buying equipment to make sure that they cut the road properly, they grade it properly, they pack it properly, and make sure that they pave it properly. So we don't want you, Mr. Minister, to have to look back and say, man, I made a big mistake. You're not going to get 31 miles. It's just impossible. We got 4 main islands in this territory, and I'm sure when you add them all up, it's a lot more than 31. So we know it's going to be piece here, piece there, and so forth. But let's do it right. Let's do it right. Let's make sure that you really get it in there right, that, a year from now that we don't have to be patching up. And make sure, please, that a lot of these roads, I understand that the one in East End, where you're doing the sewage line, that you're also encouraging other utility companies to utilize the same space to put down their utilities, to put down their line. I hope that's true. If that's true, then that's a good accomplishment. That's a great accomplishment if you can get that done. But I see you doing some work up there in the east. Cable and Wireless talked about, a massive upgrade, a $7 million upgrade. I don't know. I haven't seen any cutting or any splicing in any cable network up there. So maybe it's already there. Maybe the infrastructure is already there, that they don't need to do anything more. But I'm hoping that they've already passed that stage, and that when you put down this fresh batch of paved road in Fat Hogs Bay, East End, from the police station down to Paraquita Bay, that we don't see 6 months from now, 8 months from now, a year from now, somebody like Cable and Wireless or even Digicel or somebody, Water and Sewage or somebody else, got to go dig up all of that hard work, dig up all of that money that you're spending to give us good roads, to have to, deal with another government, of course, and then money, of course, to find money to get it done. We borrowing money now, I call it to one representative. You're not sure. He hasn't gotten a blueprint as to what the money going, but the government said the money's going for roads. So we're hoping that once you get that money and we get these roads, it'll be great. So I want to see an improved infrastructure when it comes to road. My little old bus can't take another 3-4 years of pounding. It's already bad. I ain't ready to go to the bank yet. What I have still have some life, but I need a little hand. I need a little help. This is the help I need. I need good roads along with a lot of other people. So ladies and gentlemen, if you need good roads, you want good roads, we ain't talking about just one. We talking about need. We talking about a necessary something to help the system, to help the country. You know, we don't need to be dodging potholes and, you know, remembering what part of the infrastructure we have to avoid, because it sounds bad when you drive in that area. So, Mr. Minister, again, I am, you know, 100% behind the borrowing, you know, because it's necessary, as long as it go towards the infrastructure, the roads. I mentioned one spot that I believe really needs some attention. Again, it's up there on the other side of Rudy's, heading towards Sage Mountain. That whole road right there from Rudy's corner all the way down to Sage Mountain corner. When you get to the concrete part on Sage Mountain Road, just below Sage Mountain, that could do for now. But then when you continue going towards Windy Hill, there's some parts down there. I think that whole section needs to be paved, because it's one of those major roadways that you need in case of emergencies. People use it to go back and forth to Carrot Bay, and even to Smuggler's Cove, or down towards the western part, Apple Bay, and so forth. So, you know, that's a major roadway. And I'm sure out of that $15 million, you probably already have that in mind. So again, let's get our public work boys out there. I see those guys doing a good job, you know, sorting things out in Road Town. Road Town will look good for the next election. It will look good for the next election. We're sure going to get some clean road. It's a little bumpy. The road is a little bumpy, Mr. Minister. You know that. I know that. But, you know, they putting on a fresh coat, and that's what we want. We want something clean, fresh, ready to go. We don't want to be, you know, jumping around and the tourists are saying, wow, you know, beautiful country, you know, great people, nice beaches, but oh my God, I don't want to drive here because it's terrible. The roads are bad. So we want to encourage our tourists and our visitors to continue to visit. We want to encourage our locals to utilize the roadways so they can, you know, live a happier life. So let's get it going. Share your thoughts on that, ladies and gentlemen. New roads, Road Town, around the island, Tortola, Jos Van Dyke, Virgin Gorda. Tell me what you think. What can we get? What do you think the system going to get done within the next year? And what area do you want to see improve? If you have a location that you want to see improve, let me know. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Well, Brother Sam, how things are doing tonight?
I'm good, and a good evening to you. How is it up in the east?
Oh boy, bad. Where's Mr. Courtney tonight?
Courtney, he's on his own schedule.
Oh my goodness, I thought I would get him there because he's supposed to be an engineer. Sam, I have a problem with this road just putting up here, road here now.
Talk to me about that. I have some questions for you on that as well.
I ain't calling down none. No, not like that because I ain't campaigning.
Yeah.
But when I see something wrong, I go say wrong.
Talk to me.
Now you tell me, I don't know if you've been your own house yet, or if you've been doing any construction work at any time that you would know what I'm talking about.
Soon coming.
Got some idea. Now, they dig out a hole up here about almost 4 feet wide. I think it's about between 9 and 10 feet deep. They put one 12-inch pipe in there.
One
12-inch pipe down in the bottom of that hole, right? But that ain't bother to me. And when they done put in that pipe, they bring some big truck with tires, not tires, quarries, and just dump it down in that hole one time and tell me that full. Personally, I know that when you are doing something like that, you get a big drum roller that vibrates, a big drum one that you push with 2 big wheels. You put it down in the hole, you throw in 12 inches of quarry waste or whatever you're throwing down in there, you compact that, you throw in another 12 inches, you compact that until you get it up to the top. Now, I questioned certain individual about it. I can't call in here because I want to get nobody in trouble. And it was said that government had a list of the tools that they want to carry on the project. And they bring a little walker plate, get the people them, and one does good see that runs on the top, like if you're rolling a biscuit. And that's the most that could do. So, I questioned it. I said, but tell me something, partner. What's going to happen to this road next 6, 7, 8 months when you finish asphalt and stuff like that? He said the whole thing is going to drop in right in the center between 12 14 inches.
They're going to cave in.
It must cave in because it's not compacted. That is not right, Sam.
Wow.
If you understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, to leave this piece of work here, according to you, now, one of the things that got me puzzled too, going down the road by Delta, I see good road down there, all dug up. Now, they're borrowing $16 million of Social Security money to the road. I can't understand what's going on with the road when they're digging up down there. According to you, yes, election coming up, road, they're going to get a brand new road for election. What happened to the piece of road down there in front of Apache Lake? We all see what happened to that. That's a disaster down there too. They leave the one up here in front, has been out, the pipe. They got up front of Greenland, where they normally keep festival, and they're blocking all the whole thing, that really want to clean up. But why stop the road to go clean up? That how much people in this country play soccer? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
This is really outrageous. You're creating a major problem all over this place. And you're leaving it. That's not right.
So let me ask you though, I just today I heard from good source that they're not just putting on just one pipe, that they're putting on several utility pipes down in that hole, and they did dig the hole deep. You're saying now only one pipe went down there?
Hold a while. I tell you what I see to put in. Sam, hold a while. I tell you what I see to put in. There is another pipe, an 8-inch pipe that will go on top of that one. But at the end of the day, they need to compact that hole. That hole should have been compacted. They're going to have to dig it out again to put in the 8-inch pipe. Because the 8-inch pipe going on top of the one, but higher up. That is the one that's going to pump the waste from the police station back down to Paracita Bay.
Yeah.
Right? The other pipe that goes in there, they cannot put it on those pipes. That have to go on the side, which it would be on the left hand side, coming from down at that one. They had to cut that to put that pipe in. But what I'm saying is that thing should be compacted before they put in. And when they dig it out, you have to compact it again. Because it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I think.
Don't tell me the engineer asked for a roller and you bring a waka plate in. I wanted to know what waka plate is.
Share it with us.
So what about the rolling tongue? Where is about that? You think they had any car and digging up the road?
Well, most of that road was good. I think only a portion of that road really needed to be dig up. But listen, if I can get good road in tongue and help me to move more efficiently, I'm with it. Let them put it down. Road tongue is a capital, and all capitals should be spanking clean and brand new.
I have nothing against that. But they had other places want more needed road. More needed road, Sam.
I agree.
More needed road. You see the pumping one with the drop east. You see it right?
Yeah.
You drive on it right?
Yeah.
And they tell me that's a road well done.
Which one?
The one up east end.
You say it well done?
They will say it well done.
Yeah, I want you to go up there and take one of the engineers and cut one of them manhole, the one right there by Davies. It's terrible.
I live up east end, boss.
Yeah,
I must never go up there.
Yeah, if you ain't careful, you'll mash up your vehicle on that manhole.
Not only that, but the road is that property and those roads are going to be dig up in less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, we have things to talk about, but I can't take up all the time. Right?
No, you're doing okay, no problem. Appreciate the call, though.
Yeah, they're still ain't dealing with the fire yet.
Which fire?
The fire service with the truck and the equipment that they're supposed to get for the people.
Politics. Hopefully, some of the $16 million we can divert some of that money, because one of the big men for fire and rescue told me they got a comprehensive plan, and that plan includes trained EMTs attached to a ambulance unit, attached to the fire and rescue unit. So we're hoping that whoever is responsible, whatever ministry is responsible, because
how long since they got this plan?
Well, you know, they had this plan now over 6 years since the last government.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So the same plan might be there for another 12 years.
Yeah, well, that's how we do it. But listen, we're in the 9th inning now, and when you're in the 9th inning, this is when you really see how good your coach is.
Coach? You could hardly understand what the coach saying, so I don't understand how you understand what's going on.
Well, you watch baseball, you know baseball, like the coach use a lot of, you know. So maybe the coach what we have now could use a lot of, you know.
So that.
I mean, they do a lot of gestures in the house, and maybe those gestures mean something. You know what I mean, Carla? So we'll see.
So I mean, you could drop in by me anytime, let's chat, man.
Yeah, man, anytime. I'll be up that side sometime.
Anytime.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, man, thanks for the call. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to have that caller back because, you know, I think he had went to satellite at one time. And I want to big up cable TV. You know, ever since I came on this show and went off like a madman on cable TV, I noticed a change in personality and behavior. And really, truly wasn't a change, you know, because the people who are in there, who work in front of cable TV, the managers and the front desk, they're good people. They're smart people. They do a good job. But I want to big them up, and I want to tell all of you subscribers who watching the show now because it's on, because you're at somebody's house, go get cable TV. It's the only way to know what's happening locally. You can't watch and Speak Your Mind on satellite right now. You need cable TV. So go get back your cable TV so you can tune in and be a part of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back to this happy show. All right, welcome back, guys. So, got a lot of text, so thanks a lot for the text. If that's the way you want to communicate, appreciate that, guys. Let me share some of them with you. Somebody said, Sam, you're right. Good roads is good for business. It means less money spending on your vehicle or whatever you're driving, because obviously you don't have to keep running to the mechanic shop to get something fixed. So good road is good for spending, good for thing. Somebody said we need to have some alternative road or alternative time for heavy equipment. They say heavy equipment is the ones that are damaging the roads. And that, you know, I wanted to ask the caller who was on before. That's a good suggestion, you know. When you think about if they account to that caller, if they're not packing in the road properly, and you have right now you have water and different things settling on the road, creating a shift or air pockets underneath, and then you put pavement on top, and then eventually you start pounding the road with these heavy equipment, what's going to happen? So maybe that's something the road engineer can look at. I heard that we have a consultant from St. Lucia, Trinidad, or someplace. I can't remember right now. Maybe one of you could help me out. Where is the consultant from that the government hired to help with the paving and so forth of the roads? Maybe I hope they're on the job and they're really considering. Mr. Minister, Mr. Action Man, yo, it's the 9th inning. We know your back is up against the wall. This is a big man government. Don't rush it to look bad down the road. Do it right. Do a little bit at a time. Don't worry. 3 years done passed. We ain't get a mile yet. It's okay. We understand you needed to get the money in place. We have to put money in the reserve. All of that is good governance. It makes sense. I agree with you. So don't go rushing things now to try to make things look better and brighter, because at the end of the day, it's going to fall apart. It's going to look dull. More dull than it was before. So don't kill yourself. Somebody said we need to keep the pressure on the government. So all you government folks out there who are watching this show, who represent a department, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, the person said we need to keep the pressure on the government to help improve and enforce child abuse law. Let's think about that one for a second. Child abuse law. I just saw a case in the paper about a young man, and I know that young man good. But I never really thought anything of the young man. Not knowing that young man betrayed the trust of somebody in his church and took advantage of that person's child. I want to see the government, when these things happen, have some mandatory sentence for these people. The 10, 15 years, hard labor. And if you ain't from the BVI, when you're done, as soon as the last day done for your sentence, you should be on the next plane the next morning. Not a week, not 2 weeks, and we don't want to have no more argument about, oh, it's going to disrupt your family. You already done disrupt somebody else's family. So I agree with you, Tex. The law needs to be strengthened, and something needs to be put in place to hold people who abuse children, hold them accountable. We can't allow that. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Sam,
Uh-huh.
you give me a look at your show, boy.
Huh?
I say, you give me a look.
Talk to me.
Because if I somebody else watching the television, watching cable TV.
You was one of them?
Well, you know I got this that one for the longest and you can't say,
Well, you know we have a lot of people like you who love to tune in. They want to tune into the Speak Your Mind show, but they don't have cable anymore because they were upset with cable TV. So I want you to know that you can come back home.
Upset with cable TV. Let me tell you why I'm upset with.
Yes.
Whenever you turn on your radio and you hear this crazy politician on your television set, them is why I was sick of.
Okay.
So now I have to think about I'm going to beg somebody to let me get a piece of the TV. So now let me tell you something. I'm glad you come back and you talk about the heavy equipment them
Yes.
that going to destroy the road when they come back them.
Eventually, yeah.
That's one. Now you come back again on something there where you're talking about this little lady who get messed up again with somebody use something to deal with it.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this thing over and over and over and over. When people commit these crimes, they should not get bail.
Yeah. I
They
agree.
should not get bail.
I agree.
Trust me, they shouldn't get bail at all. And let me ask you another question again. I'm going to hit somebody now. The Minister of Education, I think that I was listening to Lechko, I think that he was damn well disrespectful with the way how he was talking and getting on inside of the Legislative Council. That is not nice, and he should have better sense than that. Because I read somebody had something up in the blog with him.
Yeah.
You
Well,
see it?
well, Carla, there's how many people on a baseball team?
I don't know.
I think it's 9, right? You got 4 outfield, right? No, 3. You got 4 infield in the middle. You got a pitcher, and then you got a catcher, right? So that's 4, 5, 6, and 3 out. That's 9. Oh, well, the government is like a baseball team. Maybe the Minister of Education is the pitcher. He feel he could pitch whatever ball he wants, even when the coaches tell him to pitch a different type of pitch. Who knows? But at the same time, you got to realize the umpires them on the side. If they see that the pitcher is pitching with an illegal throw and don't stop it, then that's the kind of game you got. And that maybe that's what we have. We have a Speaker of the House who basically is setting homegrown rules, it seems like.
Some of the most disrespectful politicians I ever know in my whole life, I know them right here.
Well, I won't agree with you on that. I won't agree because I think you're older than me. I want to believe that some of them guys back in the days of Mr. Maduro and them, I believe some of the argument was just as heated.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Maduro and them, when Conrad and those guys were in office, I want to believe that they had some heated debates too.
So you mean the England grub?
Well,
You don't think it's time for the grub?
I think, yes, I agree. I think it's about time that the Speaker of the House called order. I think it's about time that she put on her foot, whether you're on the government side or on the opposition side, there's a man of conduct that they should all adhere to.
Let me tell you, don't go down too hard for the Speaker of the House because she's a personal friend of mine.
Well, I like her too.
Don't go down too hard. We had enough for years and years and years and years. Me and she get along quite well.
I think she's a fair lady, but I think when it comes to refereeing the House, she's an unjust referee.
Well, she's still green, you know.
Well,
She's still green.
well, I think she needs to put her foot down across the board. I think she needs to put her foot down across the board. I think she needs to cool the tempo. She needs to have all of them respect the House. And I think Alvin Christopher, the representative, Mr. Christopher, got up and said that when representatives come in and basically the way they're behaving is a disrespect to the House. I mean, you don't need Mr. Christopher to get up and say that. The speaker should have put her foot down, regardless of who's behaving in what manner. If it happened to be the Minister for Education or the member for the 3rd District, she should be across the board.
Let me ask you one more question. How about the landside development by the cruise ship there out there? The landside development, how that going?
Well, it's listing right now, but listen. I ain't gonna beat it down. I'm not listening to me carefully. I ain't gonna be down nothing on a cruise ship. That I'm not supporting Mr. Fraser or anybody else.
I'm not talking about the dock, you know. I'm talking about
I talk about that too. I'm talking about the land side. The land side, listen to me carefully. I never supported the amount of investment that they put in on the land side, because I always thought, and I challenged the government even back in 2012 when they had the demonstration over at the port. I always believed that they should have put some of that money throughout the territory and especially downtown, because I thought that you should bring back a vibrant downtown. Have people flow through downtown, invest in some of those business and vendors downtown and throughout the territory. I never support. You know why I don't support in its entirety building such a development on the dock? Because I said it here on this show before, it's like building a destination within a destination. And the way this thing is designed to hold people in that area. It's designed to capture all the money in there. From the time they come out of the ship to the time they come back, if they do want to go on an excursion, you come out of the ship, they filter into the village. If they go on an excursion, they come back and they filter into the village, maximizing the spending. No. Now hear me carefully. The fact that, I missed you, so just call me back. The fact that more of us now, hopefully, are now the owners and operators of the businesses over there. Now I will support, listen to me carefully, I will support that arise, that energy, because if it's us, then it will be just like if we were downtown. But I always believe it's like shopping mall. If you drop a shopping mall in a poor neighborhood, it's going to kill all the other businesses because everybody going to the shopping mall. And even in a rich neighborhood, if you put a shopping mall in there, it's going to kill all the other businesses. Imagine a Walmart coming to any area. Walmart that devastate neighborhoods because they have pretty much everything people are looking for. So why do I need to go across the street? That's the mentality of us. That's how we shop. If I can get everything in one spot, why do I need to go anywhere else? So I've never really pushed that concept. I don't believe in that. I believe the movement of people is the biggest benefit to this territory. If you can move people around, you can move them to other areas, other neighborhoods, other locations, different beaches, different islands. It's better for the economy. If you saturate one spot and you put them all in one spot, the money stays only in that spot. So I never support that kind of energy and that kind of development. If it was up to me, it would have never happened like that. It would have never happened like that. But ladies and gentlemen, hear me and don't say what I didn't say. Know that it's where it is, and we're moving forward. I'm going to push it. I'm going to support it. I'm going to support the people who got businesses over there, as long as the local people making money from it and trying to live and survive and selling the territory. I'm going to push it and I'm going to support it. At the end of the day, I am still happy, 60, 70, 80%, because it belongs to us. The money spent is our money, is the government money, is the people's money. At the end of the day, no one could say it ain't going nowhere. It's staying right there. So, Carl, I hear what you're saying. It's moving slow though. It's moving real slow over there. But it's looking good, man. It's really shaping up. Once it's done and it launched, I think it's going to be good for the country. I think it's going to be good for all the people who are over there who got little businesses. It's going to be for the taxi operators, the tour operators. It's going to be for the employers and employees of those ideas and entities, all right? You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hello? All right, talk to me. Live show. All right, we missed that call again. Just call me back, caller. We're having some issues with the phone. Don't worry about it. We got the best setup in here. So just call us back if you having some trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, just real quick, I wanted to mention, I think this is important. Somebody, it was a text earlier, and after this we're going to take a quick break. Someone was saying a month away from Easter, and we haven't heard anything about Easter celebration, what's happening in Virgin Gorda. If anybody know what's coming, anybody have any idea, is there any plan, please call us, share with the rest of us so we'll know. People are planning around Easter. We want to know, is there going to be an Easter parade in Virgin Gorda? What's going on with the committee? Any money sharing, government support, anything? You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Sam.
Hey.
The phone cut off a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Were you talking about where they should put some of the money from the thing? You want me to tell you where they should put some of that money?
Yeah.
Long Bay Beach Island. But all these beaches, build some toilets, set up something that somebody could get a cold bottle of water for drink when they go to the beach. Not where we're talking about down there by the cruise ship. Build some sort, set up something brand new and set up something Long Bay. Set up something, well, just a little better because they got place down there. Wherever they got a good beach, they could distribute the tourism, set up something. Build some toilets. That's what they need to do.
I am in 400% in support of what you're saying. I've been fighting that battle even under the last government, because I'm a firm believer that if we have a campaign right now to put Beef Island under the National Park Trust hands. Fine. At the same time, somebody believe that that we locals, BV Islanders, people who from here, people who live here, people who have a vested interest in here, can't do the same thing others are doing to help ourselves and protect that beach. And for some reason, they believe the only way it could last for another 100 years is to take away the opportunity from the people in the 8th district. Should be upset because, again, the movement of people, when you bring people to your neighborhood, it means now people in the neighborhood could develop ideas and businesses to attract some of that same business. And right now, people are being denied that opportunity because if you don't have nobody to sell to, how can you have a business? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to hit you back on some of these texts. We got a lot of texts. Hope to get to most of them before the show is out. We got a few minutes left when we come back, so please chime in on the conversation, all right? We'll take a quick break. All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Phone lines are wide open. Conversation is wide open. Whatever is on your mind, whatever is pressing you on your heart, please call me, let me know, send me the text. Couple texts. Anybody knows what's happening in Virgin Gorda this year for the Easter Festival, please call us, let us know. Anybody who's responsible or part of the whole Easter Festival thing in Virgin Gorda, please call and let the people know. Somebody wants to know. Government met problems in place. Government can't fix everything in 3 years. We heard that debate already. We know that. I know that. Government, PWD workers working without protection. PWD, Public Work Department guys out there doing your job, doing a good job, keeping the roads maintained, solid waste, keeping the place clean and organized. Wear your protective gear, wear your reflective, what do you call those things? Reflectors, the sleeves that you put on, please put them on. You know what I mean? Somebody care about you guys. I care about you guys. I just want you to go on the side and let me know ahead of time. Don't wait till when I reach around the corner to see a big truck in the middle of the road. And some of these old cars break down on the side of in the area where construction or some road work going on. Please, if we could get started waste out to the road leading to Cane Garden Bay, there's a red and white vehicle parked up on the side of the road now for about 3-4 days. It's interrupting traffic. It's right on a corner, and it was a near collision today. So please, if you guys can go out there and just get a record truck out there and put that thing on the side of the road out of the way, or at least put it on a straightaway so people can see that it's there. That would be helpful. So solid waste, public work, whichever department is responsible for that. Somebody says private sector could help a little bit more. They also said there's billions of dollars up in Virgin Gorda this week. There's I guess there's the mega yacht regatta going on. Someone said to me the other day, you know, there's about 15-20 billion dollars sitting up in Virgin Gorda, you know, and so somebody asked me, a customer actually, I picked them up from Hodges Creek, and they said, hey, you know, with all this money in the territory, do you guys see any of it down here in Virgin Gorda? I mean, down in Tortola? And I said, well, yeah, we see it. We see it in the papers. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
All right, I wanted to find out something about cable TV.
Uh-huh.
In as much as Sam mentioned about get your cable, I want to know whether he could help shed some light on the quality of service which we get from cable TV. We faithfully go and pay the cable TV subscription, and as soon as the clouds show or little drizzle comes, you cannot see anything on TV. There was a big thing about having this new type of service, this digital service, and the service is much worse now than it was before. And no matter that cable TV workers will tell me, oh, it is better, I am looking at the TV, so I must know what quality I am seeing now as opposed to what I was seeing before.
Yeah.
So I would like to know what is seriously being done about the quality of service which customers are getting, and I hope that there is some way that it will improve, because previously, if the rain came, you could turn on your TV and watch it. Now, as long as the clouds just show up, you can't see anything on TV.
Yeah.
So I'd like to hear about that.
All right. Let me make.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for the call.
Okay.
Let me make two suggestions. Two names, Mr. Ian Smith and Mr. Michael Thomas. Those are the two people in charge of the TRC right now. You still have Mr. Guy Malone there until further notice. There's a survey going around the country right now. I think the survey was mainly on the cell phones and the telecommunication, but you can probably use that same survey to voice your concern or your comments or your complaints against cable TV if you have one. I must say, I experienced some of those little things too. There's always sometimes some of the channels I watch a lot they freeze up for some reason. So I don't know the reason behind that, but I know cable TV is in the process of being sold. So maybe they're not investing any money to improve the quality of service until it's actually sold. All right, miss your call. Just call me back. Yeah, I was talking to one of the big dogs in cable TV, and I know right now it's in the process. They're looking for a buyer. They're looking for somebody to come in and do some work there. So maybe that could be part of the problem, you know, that we're getting poor service. But I believe the reason why we went to digital is, yes, to get an improved service. I believe to have more option in the service providing that they provide to us. I believe it will give us more option down the road, such as phone service and internet service. But also, I think it was mainly to stop a lot of the theft. You know, a lot of thieving were going on. People were robbing cable, and they were losing a lot of money. So that was probably one of the biggest factors in the whole reason for upgrading. But upgrade is good. But if you're still experiencing problem, I can't speak to the problems you're experiencing. I do experience some of those problems too. But I ain't gonna beat up on cable TV because the people I'm in there, them just doing a little job. You know, the big honchos, them in St. Thomas or whoever owned the company is who really have to make a conscious decision, but I understand that it's right now being considered for sale, and so they're looking at whether or not it's going to be purchased. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please.
Sam, please.
Hi, good evening.
Sam.
Hey, talk to me.
Hey, Sam.
It's just you and I. Talk to me.
Yeah, listening to you.
I'm listening to you too. You have a comment?
Yeah, I called to just say that you're doing a beautiful job.
Well, I'm trying. What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Johnson's.
You where?
Johnson's good.
Johnson Gut.
Right on.
Okay. How's the road condition? I heard, I think it's your representative said we're looking to get some improved roads up there.
Let me say something. I must comment Honorable Master.
Yes,
I was
yes.
listening to a caller earlier. And the caller was in a sort of negative way describing the Honorable Minister. I think he needs to be commended. I mean, there is a lot of little ironing out to do, but he needs to be commended.
Yeah.
You see those equipment?
The $1 million equipment, them?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Those equipment were in the budget for many years. I know because I put them in. And nobody could have seen to purchase the equipment.
Okay.
But one of the things that I am commending Mac for, the Honorable Mac, is he brought up Mr. Skelton to membership.
Jeffrey.
Yes.
Yes.
And he supplied him with ammunition.
Yes.
And that's what you do when you want progress.
Yes.
So I must commend him for that.
Good.
And let me ask you something, Sam. You don't recognize my voice?
Say that again?
You don't recognize my voice?
If I don't recognize your voice, you want me to
Okay.
call your name?
No,
Okay.
I don't want to do that. But I'm just asking you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course.
Did you listen to Dr.
How is it?
Lewis?
How is it up there with the living dead?
But I'll tell you, it's better to be true than not to be true.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the call, but
Yes.
you know, yes, you have to commend the minister. It's in the ninth inning, you know. It's in the ninth
Well-
inning, and the minister is batting last, and he got to save the game.
Well, you know, control of the kid, basic.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I want better roads. I ain't gonna beat them up because I want better roads. Yeah.
The thing is, you can live with criticism, but every year should be constructive.
Yeah.
And criticism is nice, but you do it in a constructive manner, and everything should be all right.
Absolutely.
We're just going to be criticizing without no remedy. That's where I got a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
You can criticize, but come up with some sort of remedy.
I agree. So the remedy is we're gonna send them a list of some of the most critical areas throughout the territory, such as up there on the other side before Sage Mountain, Windmill Hill Road,
Right.
Bellevue Road. You know, some of
Yeah.
those areas going down what you call it, heading towards out of Bellevue, heading east. Those areas,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
those spots right here, Long Trench. You know, some of
Yeah.
those spots really need some serious attention. You know.
But, you know, Sam, I'll tell you this. I find out that we Picatolan people, they are some of the most unreasonable people. Look at the terrain. I think other places you got those kind of terrain to deal with, and with the roads.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take under consideration, you know, to put a road where I see they want to put road. It takes a lot of money.
Yeah. A lot of
Other
skills.
places I see we was up in, I was in St. Lucia, because I did some training in St. Lucia. And I saw it up in mountain. But the way the road is engineered, even though you don't know you're up in a mountain. Big mountain, most people don't know.
Yeah.
But the engineering of the road is superb. Even though it's on your foot, going up to pass trees,
Yeah.
you're driving a level road up in a mountain.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, I agree because I really enjoy when you're going on Soufriere in St. Lucia and you're
Well,
coming
yeah.
going through the mountain. I mean, the road slopes, the way, you know, they have the water running out. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's true. So, you know, we got a lot of little ironing out to do in our country, but, I mean, you got to give people a break, man.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Anyhow, my time is up. I got to go to bed now.
All right, Carla. We'll see you in the next day, God's willing.
God willing. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 3 or 4 minutes left. If you want to, you know, send me a quick call, please do. Another text, somebody said they were asking a question to you guys out there. They said they want to see the airport develop. And the airport, also they said they heard that the airport was going private. I think the airport needs to be developed, and I want to see it develop and be violent. And B, according to what I heard in the House the other day, the Premier said the airport is not going to be privatized. I think that's what I heard. So if it's a partnership, hey, I'm for the partnership when it comes to the airport. You know, I think we got the best deal when it comes to the cruise pair. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. You got like 2 minutes left.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Talk to me.
This is John Doe. How the country running out?
Country running's good.
Okay.
A little listed, but we're going to straighten it up.
Okay, that sounds good. But, the listening audience, this is John Doe, right?
John Doe.
Yeah, you know who I is. You know who I is.
Yeah, man, I know who John Doe is.
When the country running good, everything's good.
Well, John Doe, you feeling good, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it now. I'm drinking a lot of day,
All right. All right. Well, thanks for checking in.
Yeah, have a good night and God in.
All right, John Doe, be safe this weekend.
Are you in my bed? Because of the safe.
You're in your bed, and we got the youths them having a nice youth basketball series down there. We got comedy show, and you in your bed.
Hello, I'm too old for that kind of craziness, right?
I understand. Appreciate the call.
I hope you're feeling me, right?
All right. All right. Thanks a lot for that call. Yeah, guys, we got like 2 minutes left, so I guess I can go ahead and do my little close off, short and sweet. You know, thanks again for calling me tonight. You want to speak your mind? Go ahead, please. Hi, good evening. You're on. You don't have to dial. You're on. Hello. Good evening. Hello. All right. I don't think they realize that they're on the phone, so we're having trouble with that call. Just call me back. But so, ladies and gentlemen, again, we got some work to do. We're in the 9th inning. The government in the 9th inning, and they're batting last, so they have an opportunity to win the game, and that's what it really about, So this is also a chance for us, the community, to win the game. The way you're going to win the game is to ask for things that are practical, things that are achievable, things that are necessary, and things that, we could hold them accountable for. All right? So let's keep the press on. This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Improvement have to be made so all of us can live a better life. All right? So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say good night. And you guys be safe. Go down and support the high school basketball tournament they have going on at the multipurpose complex. If you're going to church tomorrow, say a prayer for me. If not, spend some time with your family and enjoy life. All right? With that said, good night.